Picture this: a queen, once the most desired woman in England, kneeling before the executioner's block. Her crime? The king who once moved heaven and earth to marry her now wanted her dead. This isn't fiction. This is the brutal reality of royal marriages throughout history, where wedding vows became death sentences and the marriage bed led to the executioner's scaffold. Today we're diving into the darkest chapter of royal history: marriages that ended not in divorce courts, but in blood, poison, and calculated murder. Because sometimes the person sleeping beside you on the throne was plotting your destruction. Anne Boleyn, the queen who lost her head. Let's begin with perhaps the most infamous royal marriage in history. The year was 1533. Henry VIII had torn England from the Catholic Church, risked civil war, and destroyed alliances, all to marry Anne Boleyn. She was witty, educated, French-polished, and utterly captivating. Henry was obsessed. He wrote her love letters, promised her the world, made her Queen of England. But here's where fairy tales turn into nightmares. 3 years later, Anne Boleyn walked toward Tower Green, her hands trembling as she addressed the crowd. The king who had rewritten the laws of God to possess her had now condemned her to death. The charges? Adultery with 5 men, including her own brother. Treason, witchcraft. Were the charges true? Almost certainly not. Court records show the dates of her supposed affairs were often impossible. She was elsewhere, pregnant, or the accused men were in different cities entirely. But Henry had grown tired of Anne. She had given him a daughter, not the son he craved. She was sharp-tongued, political, dangerous, and Henry had already chosen her replacement. The night before her execution, Anne reportedly laughed hysterically, joking about her little neck. Some historians believe she was in shock. On May 19, 1536, an expert swordsman brought from France beheaded her with a single stroke. Henry was betrothed to Jane Seymour the very next day. Think about that. The woman he had pursued for 7 years was dead, and within 24 hours he was planning his next wedding. This wasn't just betrayal. This was erasure. But Henry wasn't done destroying wives. Enter Catherine Howard, Anne Boleyn's young cousin.